G'day and welcome back to my shed. Got a bit carried away on the weekend and didn't do any filming, but I decided to sand the top down, put some black dye down, sand it back, and then put the turquoise over the top, and that's what we've come up with so far. What I've used is Angelus leather dyes, black and turquoise. So yeah, pretty happy with the way its colours coming out so far. Being only veneer and it's very thin, I'm trying to avoid doing as much sanding as I possibly can, and just concentrate mainly on a light black, probably a 50-50 mix of methylated spirits and black, and then ran over the top of it so it didn't soak in too much, and then rubbed it back with a light 400 grit, and then went over the top with the turquoise, which seemed to work pretty good. As I said, I just don't want to do too much sanding. Had an absolute ton of problems with this joint here. It's been driving me absolutely fucking insane since I started the project. But yeah, some glue's seeped out of that joint there, which I've tried to hide, but I just can't seem to get it to go away. So it's haunting me right till the end of this bloody stinking joint. Anyhow, but yeah, what I'm going to do now is just give the sides a bit of a light sand with 400 grit. I've sanded it back with like 180 and 320. I'm just going to give it a bit of a clean up, and then I'm going to do the sides black, like completely jet black, and hopefully too much of it doesn't bleed onto the top, and then give it a bit of more of a coat on the top with the turquoise to even out the colour. But yeah, so far it's turned out pretty good, other than a couple of obvious things that I've pointed out. Just need to crack on with it now and see how we go. As I said, I'm just giving these a sand with 400 grit just to clean it up, any rough spots. It's going to be all jet black, so I'm not doing it for looks, I'm more so doing it for smoothness. And because this piece is a 3-piece top, you can see that, I'll try and hide them joints. Yeah, I've also done the back. I've done with a black burst type of effect, so turquoise on firstly, and then just feathered the black around the edges, then got some methylated spirits and just thinned that out a little bit, and then went back over the turquoise and tried to feather the black into the turquoise, which didn't come out too bad. It's not really good, but as I say, first attempt at doing this. For those of you that want to go and learn how to stain, there's a guy on the internet, Big D Guitars on YouTube. He is an absolute master in staining and does a brilliant job. If you want to go and check him out, that's how I sort of come up with some ideas that I'm doing. But yeah, wealth of knowledge, that guy. This is a shit part, sanding and sanding. But if you don't do the preparation, it's not going to look good. It'll look absolute shit. the sanding done. Pretty good. Now I'm going to just do the edges in black, completely jet black. Try and hide them joints. The trick is with this die is just be very careful. Don't be going tipping it up over the top of your guitar, otherwise you're going to end up with a lip of black dye. Yesterday I had a bit of a mishap and yeah, ended up dropping the turquoise bottle and yeah, made an absolute mess of my bench. But anyhow, so just lightly put that on there like so. Try not to get any on either side of the guitar. Probably do a few coats just to really darken it up. I'm just using a bit of paper towel. You can use whatever you want. You can use any type of cloth, sponge. I've seen people do it on the internet with sponges, cloths, even paintbrushes, but I prefer to use paper towel in this situation. A lot of black goes a long way. You don't want it too wet on your cloth or your paper towel. There will be a little bit of bleed on the top, but I'll come back with turquoise later and yeah, thin that out. And always put the top back on the die. Speaking from experience. Stuffed it up yesterday and lost pretty well half of the die. Okay, I'll go over this with a bit of turquoise now, just on the top to feather out any of the black edges. Just put a bit more colour back into the top. This maple veneer seems to have really sucked it up. There's that bloody glue joint. This is having a pick guard on this guitar, so I'm not too concerned about the middle area, I'm more concerned about the outer edges. Okay, it's about as far as I'm going to go with the colour. I think I'll leave that turquoise no darker than that. It's looking pretty nice. Pretty happy with the colour. Nice blues and sort of greens in it. Okay, I'm just going to go around the edge again with the black. There's a couple of spots on the very edge that I've missed. You've noticed I've gone over the edge a little bit here. I'm just going to blend that back out with some turquoise, and if need be I can thin it out a bit more with some mineral spirits. Well, not mineral spirits, methylated spirits. Just give that a second coat on the side here so everything blends in. I'm going to go back over that top now with turquoise just around the edge. So that edge disappears. I might just go over that whole top just with a bit of methylated spirits, because I noticed that it's pulling a fair bit of black from the side into the colour. Just to clean it up a little bit. Helps it blend in a little bit better. It does pull a bit of the colour out, but as you can see, just blends the colours a bit better. same on the back. Gives you a bit of an idea what it's going to look like when it's got a clear coat on it. Okay, that's about as much as I'm going to do today, so thanks for watching. Sorry about getting over keen and doing all the stuff off camera, but yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea what a veneer top looks like on a cheap guitar body. So yeah, happy days. Look forward to talking to you and seeing you next time.